Welcome to the show, everybody. Joseph Robert Cabo, the Fantasy Football Counselor. We are talking about 3 sneaky sleeping fantasy football running backs. So I'm going to be targeting these guys mid to late rounds for immense and great value with massive upside. Now, if you're new to the channel here, there's 2 running backs here that I've been mentioning quite frequently in some of my shows. You may or may not notice those names. So if you are a regular, I'm going to throw a bonus or 2 running backs you may want to target that are sneaky as well. So we're looking at, like I said, 3 sneaky running backs, but I can probably give you like 4, maybe 5, okay? So this is a good, important episode, but I want to do a disclaimer here. You shouldn't really be looking at running backs mid to late. You should be going robust RB anyway. So this is kind of like to round out your running back core, essentially, as your RB 3, 4, 5. Like, I literally like to get those workhorse running backs early, and these guys are just basically cherry on top with some upside, okay? So 3 sneaky running back sleepers here for you guys in this episode, okay? But again, fantasy football running back sleepers, not that really important because you should be loading up top heavy on your running backs, okay? Before we get into this, guys, get the 16-round draft solution. I've linked it here below. It is the game changer. So many people are coming on board and saying, man, I'm so impressed. I love this, Joe. I'm so sick and tired of the 4-letter networks, the consensus, the outdated rankings. This really helped me win my league. I love it, Joe, and I'm getting a lot of positive feedback the bigger I grow, and every year that I do, this is the 4th year running, okay? So it's like having me at the draft with you guys, a video training with all my notes on all the optimal players to draft in each round. I update it up until the season starts. It's a one-time payment around $24.95. Get it, guys. Link below. I put everything into this. It also supports the channel because this is how I make a living, but I'm also delivering on a high level. So you're getting a ton of value. You're helping and supporting the channel, but I'm giving you guys, a grand slam here. I'm literally handing you on a silver platter as close to a bulletproof roster as you can get. Balanced roster, optimal players, aiming high on the depth chart, volume getters. Everything here is here, guys. All the research I do, all in one package, 16 rounds at thefantasyfootballcounselor.com, or Google it or link here below on YouTube, okay? Also, manscaped.com, promo code SHOWERLINE. Get yourself a trimmer, some amazing grooming products over at manscaped.com. Lawnmower 4.0 is out, some amazing packages, ball wipes. You're going to be really, really groomed when you go out on your dates, when you go out on your draft. Great fit and finish on these products, navigational light, skin-safe technology, so much more. Amazing battery life. I mean, I've been using this on the ads. I mean, this Manscaped Manscaped 3.0. I've been using this trimmer, and honestly, this battery, like, it just keeps going. Like, I haven't charged this for months, and I just keep pressing this button, and it just keeps going, and it's full power. So manscaped.com, use promo code SHOWERLION, save yourself 20%. It's gonna be nice when you go to checkout and you put that SHOWERLION code, and you can save some money, okay? So smash a thumbs up as well, and let me know below, is there a sneaky running back sleeper you guys have? Love to hear it. And also, guys, check me out on social media at Fantasy Football Counselor, #1 Instagram page there, verified on Instagram. If you have not joined the revolution there, join it and turn on notifications, of course, to my Instagram channel. But once you guys get in the 16-round loop, I'll keep you informed to all the Facebook groups and all that in there as well, okay? So let's dive into this 3 sneaky sleepers. First one here, nobody's really talking about. I've done 2 experts leagues. One's a big money league, and there's another experts league I've done. And nobody's talking about this guy, and he's like completely under the radar. And there's an opportunity if Aaron Jones goes down. This guy is an absolute beast. But the guy I'm talking about is A.J. Dillon. Now, A.J. Dillon currently sitting at 45 on the consensus rankings. Again, using the consensus rankings only as a guideline to show me what not to do and show you that, some of these guys really low on the average draft position, but you can get them a little earlier, and it's not even reaching, it's just getting a good player, right? Earlier before everyone else does, but they're really, really sleeping here on A.J. Dillon, 45th amongst running backs in rankings here. Now, here's the interesting thing. Jamal Williams is gone, completely gone, which freed up 119 targets Jamal Williams had last year. 119 targets. I know it doesn't seem like much, but stick with me. He averaged 4.2 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns, and 505 yards. That's Jamal Williams. A.J. Dillon, with a little bit limited usage he had last year, 46 attempts, 242 yards, 5.3 yards per carry, and 2 touchdowns. So A.J. Dillon did almost as equal to what Jamal Williams did with less than half the carries. Again, 242 yards on 46 attempts compared to 119 at 505 with Williams, averaging more yards per carry and equaling the touchdowns with 2. Now, I really don't feel that Aaron Jones is a workhorse running back. Yes, he's got work ethic. Yes, I've met him. Yes, he's a super nice guy. He's not really a full workhorse running back. He relies heavily on the receiving game. Last year, 47 receptions for 355 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he only had 201 attempts. Now, I don't know whether, what the Packers are thinking, but you got to look at the situation. Like, A.J. Dillon's a full workhorse running back. He was in college. 318 attempts in his last year in college for 1,685 yards and 14 touchdowns on the ground. He's a beast. This guy should be, and, it's just Aaron Jones is in the way here. Dillon should be the workhorse running back, period. He's actually probably better if given the opportunity than Aaron Jones, right? So A.J. Dillon will get more work no matter what, and he should be an RB4 on your roster, RB4-5, and you can get him as an RB4-5 with that upside if Aaron Jones goes down, and Aaron Jones has shown signs that he has gone down too, right? 12 games 2017, 12 games 2018, finished 2019, then played 14 last year. So again, Aaron Jones really... he's good. I'm not a big Aaron Jones believer, right? I'm not sold that he's a full true workhorse running back. His numbers are showing that. Like, he does well in fantasy, but he's just, the attempts and volume isn't there. And I think Dillon's going to be breathing down his neck. And we don't know, at the time of this recording, we don't really know if Aaron Rodgers is going to be playing, right? So if Love comes in at quarterback, then you're looking at possibly, maybe him handing the ball off a lot more, right? We don't know. But I just think A.J. Dillon's appealing. But again, as an RB4, okay, RB4-5 to round out your running back core, because you should be going top heavy at running backs. So A.J. Dillon's the first sneaky sleeper. Second one here, you may have heard the name, you may not have, but Michael Carter, who was a 4th round pick by the New York Jets. Now, I'm not a New York Jets fantasy football believer. I don't really draft New York Jets players, but I'm looking at a situation where he could be a simple plug and play here and can get the volume. Now, they could be looking at a huge running back by committee riding the hot hand, but I think really, truly that Michael Carter could be that hot hand. 156 attempts last year in college, 1,245 yards, 9 touchdowns on the ground. He can catch the ball. He's 5'8", around 205 pounds or so. I think that this guy could be the guy because, again, there's no resistance to entry, to the top, right? Ty Johnson, LaMichael Pierre, like, who is it there, right? We had Frank Gore with 187 attempts last year. They want to fill that void. If Frank Gore can, tote 187 attempts and he's like 100 years old, Michael Carter's young, hungry, and fresh, you're looking at a minimum 200 attempts. That's what I'm thinking if he gets a starting job. And I think that's very viable. Reading some reports on him, he could be good. And that, I'm hearing good things out of camp, but sitting 38th on the Conchivas rankings, he's going to be a steal. And a lot of people, the casuals, will not know who he is. I'm telling you, you may have people like the experts know who he is, but I'm in an experts league now. I don't know which round I stole him in. I think I got him in round like 7, 8. So you can get him probably around 8 or 9 to round out your running backs, and he's a sleeper for you. He's sneaky because, again, a lot of people don't know him, may not trust the Jets, and he could be a volume getter. I'm not saying he's going to boom. He could totally bust. Could be a mediocre back, but the opportunity for him to succeed is there. And if you listen to the channel, he's one of the guys I've been kind of talking about as kind of an RB3, 4, 5, right? He's going to be that guy that I think is a plug and play, okay? Number 3 here, and again, stay to the end here. I got some bonuses here for you. We're just going to talk about a couple of other running backs here that are kind of on my radar as very sneaky sleepers, bench stash type guys, okay? But the guy I'm talking about here is, you've heard about him. He's not really a huge sleeper, but he kind of is because he's sitting 27th on the Conchivas rankings. Not a sleeper to you and I, but Javonte Williams. Now, Javonte Williams was a pretty decent workhorse back last year. 1,140 yards, 19 touchdowns, 157 attempts in college, 25 receptions for 300 plus yards, a couple receiving touchdowns. Now, Javonte Williams was one of the top prospects in the 2021 draft out of the running back class. Now, Javonte Williams was drafted very early. I think he's a second rounder here by the Denver Broncos, who are looking for and have been looking for that workhorse running back. Didn't really get it. The past couple of years, Philip Lindsay came in, undrafted free agent, did some decent things, but didn't really do it. A couple other guys tried, but, Royce Freeman tried. They didn't do it, right? Javonte Williams could be that guy. They brought in Melvin Gordon, hoping that he would be a spark. Last year had a decent season with 215 attempts, 986 yards, and 9 touchdowns. Mediocre. Again, 1,000-yard rushing season, about 5 or 6 years he's been playing. Melvin Gordon is not that good. He's a par, slightly below, slightly above. he's right in that mid-range kind of running back. He's not good. I actually saw a video, I think it was Melvin Gordon's mom, saying that, Melvin Gordon has not been looking explosive. Whether he's going to improve on his mom's critique, I like that she's being honest, right? Whether he's going to improve on that, we don't know. All I know is that Javonte Williams is brought in to potentially steal that job and become the franchise guy. That's the type of talent we're talking about. That's the type of, the goal that the Denver Broncos want. They want that workhorse running back. And there's a lot of uncertainty with that team. I think they've got the receivers locked down with Judy, Sutton. I think their tight end is locked in. I think they're trying to figure out their running back situation and, of course, their quarterback situation to make it a more high-octane offense. But as of right now, there's question marks at running back with Melvin Gordon, hence the bringing in of Javonte Williams. And then you've got, Drew Lock, who's pretty much in the hot seat, who's kind of in a make or break year. Okay. So Javonte Williams, again, you can get him as your RB3, 4, 5, actually more like RB3, 4. He is coming off the board, sometimes ahead of Melvin Gordon, but a lot of people will bite the bait thinking Melvin Gordon is still going to be the guy this year. But this is an opportunity for Javonte to really steal that job and become the guy. So I consider him a sneaky sleeper completely this year because I think he's going to be under the radar, people thinking Melvin Gordon, okay? A couple other sneaky sleepers here. This is like sneaky deep sleep. I'm going to give you guys these guys here, but this is super sneaky, late round stash, you never know kind of thing. But Larry Roundtree III, look him up, guys. 23-year-old out of, where's this guy out of? Born in North Carolina. But, he's out of Missouri College. He's 210, 5'10", right? So prototypical running back, decent college numbers, but what's so appealing, he was a 6th round pick. Again, not that exciting, but they don't have a workhorse running back. The Chargers do not have a workhorse running back. They don't. I'm not sold on Eckler. If he tries to take on the workhorse running back load, which he did last year, he's going to get hurt. He did last year, like I called it, right? People were drafting him in late 1st round, early 2nd. I said avoid him. So Larry Roundtree, very appealing here, guys. I mean, literally, like this guy, just stash him. I mean, again, they don't have a guy. Josh Kelly didn't do anything last year. Maybe, just maybe, they are looking for a workhorse running back, a guy near the goal line that can get it done. Larry Roundtree III. I'm shooting darts here. This is very deep. No one's talking about this guy. Why not? Again, Eckler's not a true workhorse running back. Larry Roundtree, just keep him on your radar. You don't even have to draft him, but maybe if you have some extra bench spots. And I always try to talk my league managers or whatever or if you're a commissioner, try to get more bench spots because he's just a stash. You never know, right? Another guy here is Javion Hawkins. Again, another situation with the Falcons where really and truly, Mike Davis is not the solution. I'm not saying an undrafted free agent like Javion Hawkins at 5'9", 196 is going to be the solution, but he's definitely more appealing than Mike Davis, and I can get him for free with the last pick, okay? Like, his college numbers, not over the top. Outstanding. He played 8 games in 2020, 133 attempts, 822 yards, 6.2 yards per carry, 7 touchdowns, and he got it done in the receiving game with 16 receptions, 127 yards, and a touchdown receiving. Again, not phenomenal. In 2019, he did have a full workhorse type role with 264 attempts, 1,525 yards, 9 touchdowns, 5.8 yards per carry. So his 2019 year out of Louisville looked good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at Javion Hawkins again as a kind of like a stash because, again, I don't think Davis is the solution. Okay, so there's a couple sneaky sleepers here for you near the end if you guys have heard my whole Michael Carter, Javonte Williams type speech before. Okay, so there you have it, guys. 3 sneaky, 4 or 5 sneaky fantasy football running back sleepers here for you. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. So click subscribe. Follow on all my social media platforms, especially Instagram, Fantasy Football Counselor, and turn on notifications on my Instagram. I appreciate you guys for being here. And of course, get the 16-round draft solution. It is the game changer. I appreciate you guys being here. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Smash thumbs up. We'll talk soon.